Hey guys, so it's like close to 8 o'clock here, and I had a discussion with my eldest brother this morning about the name change of my channel. And it's because it's sort of like a spiritual awakening for me, really, becoming more self-loving, accepting how I am made, how God made me, and how He would want me to love myself and not look at myself in disgust because of how other people perceive me as fat, as obese, as, all these other harsh terms, instead of seeing me as a beautiful, intelligent, caring, loving woman. Uh, it's really hard, though, because of the uh, abuse I had in my last relationship. I don't even think my brothers even know about this relationship. And it was pretty abusive, verbally and mentally. Um, and there was a point in time before that I worked my butt off to be at least a size 16. And I was so proud of myself. And um, then there was a point, it's like changes make me change, for better or for worse. We moved to Texas, and all that hard work really went down the drain. It was stressful. I was stressed and depressed, and it just got worse. And then my ex came along, and it's those typical abusive situations, where the guy is really, really kind and sweet and caring, and then he ends up being like hurtful. He would say things like my arms would drip gravy, I would eat cake made out of butter, and I mean, cake technically it has butter in it, but I mean like bacon, butter, soda, all the fattening stuff. And he would be ashamed to even say that he was even with me. Um, there was actually finally a breaking point where, like, I just said enough is enough. And even though he keeps apologizing and saying he'll get better, he'll do better, tigers don't change their stripes. They can try. And I have hopes that maybe, he will find somebody that will change him, but it's not going to be me because I've suffered enough and I don't need it. That's sort of another thing. With PCOS, it's really hard with dating because you do have this extra weight, and it seems like guys want the thin girls. I mean, there are those really rare few that will accept you for who you are and love you unconditionally. And I haven't given up, and I don't think I will ever give up. It's just really hard because with PCOS you have, a lot of things to contend with, the hormone imbalance with facial hair and hair where you shouldn't have hair, and the weight gain that's so hard to get rid of. Even though I have my gastric sleeve surgery, it still is really hard to get rid of this weight. Um, I think the biggest stumbling thing for guys or anybody who meets somebody with PCOS is initially going to be the weight. Not all girls who have PCOS have weight issues. Um, there are some who are, thin but have issues elsewhere, like with the face or with hair loss, in other areas. I sort of have the full Monty, except for with the hair loss. My hair is just so thick that, I do have hair loss, but you'll never notice it. And I'm blessed with that, and I'm thankful for that. It's just really hard, sometimes having a relationship. Like, I'm always front about it. I don't wait until I see the person face to face or talk to them via the phone. Or even if I do, I see him face to face, I am open about it because I think they need to know that I have this syndrome and that it is part of who I am. And in order to love me, you have to love that part of me as well. And I think, that stigma is still always going to be there, that people who are obese, who are fat, who are, I'm going to say fluffy, because that's a kind of word I think, are lazy. That all they do is sit on their duffs all day and eat and eat and eat and eat. And that is not at all the truth. I don't know, that barrier, that stigma, that whatever that is, it needs to be broke. It needs to be taken down. It needs to be smashed. Because I'm getting sick and tired of it, and I'm sure other people are as well. Because we deserve a relationship just as much as anybody else does. We deserve love just as much as anybody else does. And this was really, really weird, but somebody I knew told me, why don't I date a girl? It's because I don't swing that way. I'm a big supporter of LGBTQ, huge supporter. But I can't look at a girl and be like, I want to date her. I, want to be with her, And people say that's weird because that's not normal. Most girls they know, they usually have tried it or want to try it or whatever. I'm like, that's good for them. Bravo, but it's not for me. There is a show on TLC about PCOS with Whitney. I can't remember her last name, but if you watch that show, you get to see some of the problems of having PCOS and the stigma around it. But I don't think it shows it all into its effect. I think they sort of need to find other people with PCOS to broaden the horizon. And I'm not saying that I should be that person, because Lord knows if I was, my social anxiety would kick in and I would be hiding under my covers and I would never come out, ever. But I'm just saying that there is more to it than what you see on that show on TLC. the biggest issue is not only with weight, but it's with dating. And it's trying to get a guy or girl to see you as you are, as this beautiful, intelligent, witty girl that, just loves to have fun, that wants to be loved, that will love you back unconditionally, that you have so much love to give. And like people always tell me, oh, don't give up, don't give up. I'm not giving up. Please stop saying don't give up, because I know that there will be somebody for me. And when that somebody comes, it'll be well worth the wait. Geez, there's so many thoughts in my head. So, like, I am, like, on this website that my little brother was on when he met his partner. And, it's a dating website. And, I've met a few guys there, but, like, a lot of the guys, like, have a one-track mind. And they think with the wrong head, I'm gonna say. Sorry about that, but it's true. And honestly, I mean, even if I meet somebody face to face, it's gonna be the same problem. Like, people are gonna, like, give me side glances, or, they're gonna be like, they won't give me a second thought. Like, that was the issue as well as in high school, is I would want to be with a guy and the guy would just not want it because of my weight, and or they would just see me as a friend, which I'm sure again was because of the weight. People are shocked when I say looks aren't what is important to me, it's what's in here is what's important. It's how you treat people, it's how you act, it's how you present yourself. It's not what you wear, it's not how you style your hair, it's not how you look on the outside. It's all in the inside. And honestly, it just takes one person to notice what's in here to make anybody feel worthwhile, to give them hope. And for a girl with PCOS, to have a guy who will look at her and not see the weight and just see her as a whole beautiful, intelligent, caring, loving woman changes everything for that person, for that woman. And for the guys who's watching this, and if you meet a woman with PCOS, see her as her. Don't look at her physical appearance. Look at her eyes. Look at her heart. Listen to her. There's so much more beauty within a person's soul than what's on the outside. Looks wither with time. A person's soul, a person's attitude just never changes. I think that's all I'm going to talk about for tonight. As always, be brave, be wonderful, be you. Bye, guys.